Hello, Talbot Street Church. I'm sitting here with Gil and Darryl of Sanctuary London, and I've just asked them to take a few minutes to talk with us about the work of Sanctuary. What is Sanctuary London?
Well, Sanctuary is a community of people who come together, and we are hoping to try to find a place to call home. So what that means is we have a bunch of different programs in this building. We do some outreach outside of this building, and we try to spend time with people who are marginalized in much of our society, who are not welcome in a lot of spaces, and we try to say you're welcome here, and we want to create a space to have home with you.
How are you managing during the lockdown and during all of the restrictions from COVID-19?
COVID has had a fairly dramatic impact on what we've been trying to accomplish. For the first few months, we were serving meals at the door. People could grab a meal to go. Since the restaurants have been open, we've reopened the doors and allowed up to 50 people inside, which has been exciting. But COVID-19 has done a few more things than just shifting how we look at things. It actually has brought to the surface a lot of the societal injustices that are rampant in our city. The fact that it affects the most broken the most dramatically. So right now, there's probably 200 to 300 people that are sleeping outside every night, including last night. We had 100-kilometer-an-hour winds and rain and all of that stuff. And they're sleeping down by the river because there isn't space in the shelter. There isn't space in a hotel. There isn't space anywhere for them. And so just stuff like this that has kind of flown under the radar for a long time, and now has come to the surface and saying there are injustices that are worth our time and effort of looking at and spending time with.
So trying to still find ways of meeting with people, not just having things at the door. I mean, it would be an easy response to just continue having stuff at the door all the time. And that it complicates things to have people inside, but I think it's important because if people are outside all the time and they don't have warm, dry spaces, even for an hour or 2 hours to come inside and be able to sit at a table and talk with someone, it's not perfect, but it's better than just being outside all the time. We've also started recently, we've had an art drop-in in the past, and that's been great, and Gil and Michelle have done an amazing job of sort of reinventing that. In this bigger space, we can have up to 20 people at one time, socially distanced at tables with art materials and a period of teaching involved with that. And that's just been an amazing thing. We've had an amazing response after only, I think we're on our third week. And so that's very exciting. As well as we continue with our worship service, smaller group, spaced apart, and then continuing to be out on the streets, walking the streets, trying to find people where they're at, trying to bring some supplies when possible. That's something that we've kind of gone back and forth about in the past. We want to be friends first. We don't want to be just the social service providers, but things are really tough right now. And so we've said right now people need stuff, so we want to get it to them. We want people to survive so that there's an opportunity to build a relationship with them down the road. So many of us, we feel like we're isolated, we're stuck at home, we're not supposed to go out. Maybe our work went from an office place to working from home. And there's feelings of isolation for sure, but these people were already isolated. And so as Gil said, these pandemics, they actually affect the people who are the least among us the most. And so we want to be there with people. We want to rub shoulders with people, sit with them and chat and make them feel welcome as much as possible.
Gil and Darryl, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. And we just continue to pray and support you as Talbot Street Church, and we just wish you blessings on your ministry.
Thank you so much. Can you work with this?
Yeah, they will.
Are we doing well
okay,
so far?
But just all of a sudden, I just went, no, I shouldn't say that.
Are we done?
All right.
You got what you needed?
I'd like to go home now.
Okay, let's go.